What's up, Interweb? RhyQuinn here, and welcome to my team analysis video for Week 4, Division 2, Season 2 of the Pokemon Premier League. Now, this week we are playing Shadow Gaming Hub Colton of the Osaka Eevees. But before we get into the team from this week, let's take a look at the league table and where we are standing after our Week 3 performance. Now, you can see we were in 7th, we've moved down to 9th. That's not unexpected after taking a 5-0 loss for the second time in 3 weeks. We're sitting at a -7 differential. 3 points because we got our 1 win, but the 3 teams below us haven't got a win yet, one of them being the Osaka Eevees who we're playing this week. But we are doing the worst. Out of any team that has won any game so far, we are the worst team so far. So we want to change that. We want to see if we can get another win this week. Go 2-2, and hopefully we can get our differential looking a little bit better. Obviously not possible to get it positive today, but hopefully we can put it in a nice standing so that at some point in future weeks we can make it positive again. Now, alongside that, that's the league table. And alongside that as well, there is the Golden Pokeball Award. Which measures how many kills that a certain Pokemon has for the season, judging on who gets the most kills. You can see we have no one even anywhere close to the top 10. Like I said, we've got 5-0'd twice in 3 weeks, which means we've only got 1 kill in both of those weeks. So when we don't have many ones with kills, basically. Closest thing we've got is Slowking, which is in 25th, and Pyro in 29th. Hitmonlee in 37th, and then we're just getting to the really low stuff. So we need to try and fix that sometime soon, and I want to try and get some mons up there that are a bit closer to the top of the Golden Pokeball Award. So I'm hoping this week is the week to do that. Now, let's get into the teams for Week 4 against the Osaka Eevees. Now, as I said, he doesn't have a win yet this season. He's 0-3, and we are 1-2. So I'm hoping we can continue his losing streak, and we can get our second win of the season, go 2-2. Now, the teams should be appearing on the screen right about now. My team, the Nidoqueens Park Rangers, is Sylveon, Hippowdon, Shaman, Slowking, Fortress, Hitmonlee, Stoutland, Rotom, Weezing, Pyroar, and Mega Absol. The Osaka Eevees can potentially be bringing to this match Mega Sableye, Rotom Heat, Gothitelle, Nidoking, Chesnaught, Jirachi, Tentacruel, Noivern, and Ordino. Now, Mega Sableye and Gothitelle, disgusting. In combination with Jirachi as well, just ugh. But having said that, there's a few things I noticed about his team. He has a lot of special attackers. Like, a lot of special attackers. The vast majority of his team is special attacking. So, I wanted to see how I could exploit that in some way, if possible. And if you look at the biggest threats that I've got on screen right now, I've gone with Mega Absol in mine, because he has not much that can stop, that can really take hits that well from Mega Absol, especially with the coverage that I'm running. He really doesn't have much that can take that many hits from a Mega Absol, so that's nice. I'm hoping that this week is the week that Mega Absol can actually do things. There's a couple of other mons on my squad that can potentially do things to his team, but there's a lot of things that get stopped, completely stopped by 1 or 2 mons. For example, like, I don't know, let's take Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee can do not much. It can fire off Fighting Stab, but there's things like Chesnaught which can take any hit. Gothitelle is going to take a knockoff, no problem. Mega Sableye can just completely stop it. Nidoking can obviously take the stab hits. It's just, it doesn't do that much. If you look at Shaman, he has Gothitelle can take special hits. Chesnaught resists the stab. Jirachi resists the stab. Tentacruel resists the stab. Noivern resists the stab. Rotom Heat resists the stab. Mega Sableye can take any hit. So it's just like, that doesn't do too much either. But I think I found the few things that do work, and I'm hoping to bring and exploit that this week. For Colton, his biggest threat against me, it's a little bit tough to say, but I'm gonna have to go with Nidoking, I think. Nidoking's coverage options potentially can completely destroy my team. I do feel like, though, he needs more than 4 moves to try and destroy my whole team. So, whatever coverage he decides to bring on Nidoking, it's not going to be enough for my whole squad. So, depending what he brings, I might have some mons that can stop him. I might not, but I might have some mons that can stop him. So, I'm hoping that, despite Nidoking being his biggest threat in my eyes, I'm hoping that I can control it with the mons that I'm bringing. So, let's get into the team that I am actually bringing. Now, the first mon, as I said, my quote-unquote biggest threat, Mega Absol. Red Bull the Mega Absol. This is quite an interesting set because, it's obviously holding the Absolite. What I've done with this set, the EV spread is very specific, and I'll go through it now. So I have 124 in HP, max attack, 132 in speed with an adamant nature, knockoff, play rough, sucker punch, and swords dance. Now, if you look at Colton Squad, he has Noivern, which naturally outspeeds Mega Absol. Everything else is slower, aside from Jirachi and Tentacruel. Jirachi and Tentacruel are base 100. Mega Absol, after it's Mega, is base 115. So what I could have done is put enough speed to outspeed a max speed Jirachi or Tentacruel on this Mega Absol. That's the speed I could have done to make it, normal. However, I don't think he's going to be bringing a max speed Tentacruel. I just don't see the offensive Tentacruel coming this week. He might do it, because with his stabs, he can hit Sylveon, Hippowdon, and Shaman pretty nicely. If he brings Giga Drain, he can hit the Slowking as well. He might bring HP 5, Fortress, something like that. The thing is, though, if he's a specially offensive Tentacruel, I can deal with it because he has no setup on that side. And if he brings a physically offensive one with Swords Dance, it's fine. I have ways to deal with that too, which I'll come on to later on in the team. So if he brings an offensive Tentacruel, that's still fine. He might outspeed my Absol, but I don't really mind because I can Sucker Punch it, and it's going to do a hell of a lot. If he's offensive, Sucker Punch does a huge amount of damage to that Tentacruel. So, and Jirachi as well. He might bring a max speed Jirachi, but in my eyes, if he brings max speed, he's going to bring Scarfed. I don't think he's going to bring a max speed Colbur Berry Jirachi, and I can Sucker Punch it. If he's not Colbur Berry, and he's offensive, that Jirachi's dead. So, I think he either has to bring a more defensive Colbur Berry one, or he has to bring an offensive, Scarfed one. So, I don't think he's going to bring a max speed Colbur Berry one. So, with that then, Absol speed doesn't really matter for those two Pokemon, for Jirachi and Tentacruel, that could outspeed this if they were max speed. They don't matter, because I can Sucker Punch them and do a hell of a lot of damage. Noivern's going to outspeed them regardless, so that was kind of out the equation. So the speed I've got is to outspeed, after I've Mega Evolved, a max speed Timid Rotom. Rotom Heat. Max speed Timid Rotom Heat, I outspeed that thing. And I have max attack Adamant and a nice amount of HP investment. 124 HP is a really nice amount of HP investment. It might be able to allow me to live some hits, maybe. We'll have to see. But Knockoff and Play Rough, Dark Stab plus Play Rough is really nice coverage for his team, actually. Because he has one resistance to Dark on his entire squad, and that's Chesnaught, which takes super effective damage from Play Rough. He has Mega Sableye that can take a Knockoff. It's going to take a lot from the Play Rough, though. So, Knockoff, well, Dark Stab hits Gothitelle and Jirachi super effectively. Play Rough hits Noivern, Chesnaught, and Mega Sableye, and everything else gets hit neutrally from Knockoff. If I can set up, if I'm at +2 with Mega Absol, which I might be able to do against the Mega Sableye because it can't burn me, if he's not packing like a fighting move like Low Sweep or something like that, which he could bring. I know Travesty last season brought Low Sweep Mega Sableye and used it really, really well. If he's not packing a fighting move to try and hit Mega Absol with Mega Sableye, then I can set up against it because he can't burn me because of Magic Bounce. If I'm at +2, Mega Absol with this spread either has a chance to, or is guaranteed to OHKO everything, aside from a physically defensive Chesnaught, which is 2-hit KO by Play Rough, a physically defensive Colbur Berry Jirachi, which is 2-hit KO by Knockoff and Sucker Punch regardless anyway, and a physically defensive Audino, which is 2-hit KO'd by Knockoff and Sucker Punch respectively. So, it does a lot. basically. If he doesn't bring a physically defensive Chestnut, if he's brought a Colberry Jirachi and the Colber's gone, or he doesn't bring a physically defensive one, and he doesn't bring a physically defensive Ordino, I Oko everything at +2. Just everything dies at +2. Obviously, Noivern outspeeds me, and I'm going to have to try and play around that, but if he's bringing an offensive one at +2, Sucker Punch kills it anyway. So Mega Absol can really do things. I just need to find the opportunity to set up a Swords Dance against his team, and I will be golden. So that's why I say that Mega Absol is the biggest threat this week, because it can really put the hurt on his team. Even a physically defensive Mega Sableye, I have a chance to kill it with a play rough at +2 from Mega Absol, so that's nice. The only thing that will really stop me is if I don't get the damage rolls. Obviously, I'm going to need a little bit of chip damage and everything to guarantee all these Okos. I'm not going to chance everything at full health. The only thing that could really stop me would be a play rough miss. That would kind of be the only thing that could stop me there. Or, you know, predictions around knockoff and Sucker Punch if you bring something with substitute or whatever. So yeah, there's that. Mega Absol can put in the hurt. Next mon on the team, another potentially set-up threat, is Fast Booker the Slowking, holding the Wakan Berry with Regenerator, max HP, 140 in defense, 116 special defense, Bold Nature, Calm Mind, Scald, Psyshock, and Slack Off. Calm Mind Slowking can do a lot to his team. As I've been saying, the vast majority of his team is special, and things that would want to hit Slowking super effectively would be on the special side. Mega Sableye, more than likely, going to be Shadow Ball. It might be, you know, a physical offensive one with Sucker Punch and Shadow Sneak and whatever, but it most likely will be Shadow Ball on Mega Sableye. Rotom Heat, it's going to be Thunderbolt or Volt Switch. Gothitelle is going to be Shadow Ball. Nidoking, I'll come back to. Chestnut will be physical. Jirachi, Grass Knot, Shadow Ball, both of which are special. Tentacruel is going to be special, most likely. Noivern's going to be special, and Ordino's just kind of eh. So if I can get up one Calm Mind, I'm already looking really good. And with my physical defense investment as well, I can take any physical hits that he wants to throw at me. I can take one hit from Chestnut, aside from Wood Hammer, I think. If he's like a max attack adamant one, I might not be able to live a Wood Hammer. I'll have to calc that again and make sure. And then we get to Nidoking. And Nidoking, I'm expecting him to bring a physical one. I feel like that does a lot more to my team than a special one does, and it fits his team quite well because, like I said, he has a lot of special attackers. So I feel like a physical Nidoking is definitely something I'm expecting this week. But I have ways to deal with that. I also am packing the Wakan Berry because if he wants to hit Slowking with Nidoking, he's going to pack Thunder Punch. I can take that. I can do a huge amount of damage with a Scald or a Psyshock. If I'm at +1, I kill him, and if I'm not at +1, then maybe I could get a Scald Burn. That'd be nice. So, Slowking can put in the hurt. Again, if I have to, if I can get set up with Calm Minds, I'll be looking really good. So, Slowking can do some work, hopefully. Just need to find the right opportunity to Calm Mind up. Against the Gothitelle, it might be a bit of a Calm Mind war if he wants to try and bring that. But I feel like, and even if I lose Slowking though, I feel like I can do enough damage to him to the point where Mega Absol can come in and take him out afterwards. So if I get into a Calm Mind war with Gothitelle, I don't particularly mind, because I'm hoping I can still wear him down enough to the point where something else can come in and kill it, basically. So yeah, that is a Calm Mind Slowking. Hopefully, again, another potential setup mon that can do a lot of work. The third mon on the team, I saw Mega Sableye, and I was like, that's a Pokemon. So, I'm bringing Sylveon. Like that, I have to bring Sylveon. He has a Mega Sableye, I have a Sylveon, I have to bring it. So this is Sylvie off the Sylveon, holding the Life Orb with Pixelate. 44 in HP, max special attack, and 212 in speed, with a modest nature, Hyper Voice, Psyshock, Shadow Ball, and Baton Pass. Now, we're bringing Speedy McQuick Sylveon this week. 212 in speed, allows me to outspeed an uninvested Rotom Heat. Which means if he brings anything that doesn't have speed investment, that is Mega Sableye, Rotom Heat, Gothitelle, Nidoking, Chestnut, or Ordino, I'll outspeed every single one of them. Which is nice, so we've got basically a wall-breaking Sylveon for this week. Hyper Voice, Psyshock, Shadow Ball does a really nice amount to his team. Hyper Voice hitting Mega Sableye, Chesnaught, and Noivern, Psyshock hitting Nidoking and Tentacruel, and Shadow Ball hitting Gothitelle and Jirachi. So his potential switch-ins to a Hyper Voice would be Nidoking, Jirachi, and Tentacruel, and I can hit every single one of them super effectively. Or maybe Rotom Heat. And with Rotom Heat, if he's a physically defensive one, I can hit it, still do a really nice amount with Hyper Voice. If he's a specially defensive one, which is a bit more likely, maybe an Assault Vest one, then Psyshock can do a really nice amount. So, there's that. Then I have Baton Pass for a bit of initiative, and also because Gothitelle is a Pokemon. If it wants to try and trap me, then I can either Shadow Ball it if I feel like I'm going to win against the Gothitelle, if it's, you know, already been worn down or whatever. If I know what kind of investment he has already, and I know I can win against the Gothitelle, I can just Shadow Ball it, or I can Baton Pass out and go into something else. So yeah, that's basically what Sylveon's there for. It's a bit of a wall breaker this week. Try and do a nice amount of damage with the coverage I've got. Hyper Voice just does a lot to his team as a whole, so that's nice. So yeah, that's Sylvie off the Sylveon. Hopefully going to put in some more work this week. Next mod on the team, the fourth mod, is Dolph Zingler the Weezing, holding the Shed Shell, because again, Gothitelle is a Pokemon, with max HP, 36 in special attack, and 220 in special defense, with a Calm Nature, Will-O-Wisp, Sludge Wave, Shadow Ball, and Psybeam. Yes! He doesn't learn Psychic, which is really weird, but he does learn Psybeam, so we're bringing it. So like I was saying, Nidoking is a bit of a threat, and I'm expecting a physical one. This Weezing is designed to shut down any variant of Nidoking. Any variant whatsoever. He wants to bring a physical one, I can take that no problem, and I can burn it. He wants to bring a special one, I can still take those hits, and I can respond with a Psybeam, which will be really nice. Or I can still burn it for a bit of residual on it, to try and get him in range from a Sucker Punch from Mega Absol, for example. So yeah, that's what Weezing is essentially there for. Just try and take hits from Nidoking. I have Sludge Wave over Sludge Bomb because he does have a bulletproof Chesnaught, so I can hit that thing with a Sludge Wave. And also, I'm not looking to poison things this week, I'm looking to burn things, which is why we have Will-O-Wisp. So obviously the poison doesn't matter because I'm going to try and be burning things anyway. And Shadow Ball allows me to hit the Gothitelle if I want to try and stay in against it. Again, if he's been worn down, if he thinks he can set up against me, I'll try and hit that thing up with a Shadow Ball if I can. Or if he wants to switch into Jirachi, because it can otherwise pretty much hard counter me, I can hit it up with a Shadow Ball. Again, it's not going to be doing that much, because again, it is a Weezing, but it does more than, you know, a Sludge Wave would do, because it would do nothing, and Psybeam would do, because again, it would do literally -3 damage. So, yeah, that's what Weezing's there for. Lack of recovery is a bit of an issue, and I might change Shadow Ball out for Pain Split, because I can still burn the Jirachi, which is a thing. I might change Shadow Ball out for Pain Split. You'll probably see on the graphics if I have or not. But yeah, we'll have a look-see. So yeah, that's Dolph Zingler the Weezing there to take on the Nidoking. The penultimate one on the team, the fifth one on the team, we got a little bit weird this week. We've gone a little bit weird. And we've gone with something that can... I wanted something that can take special hits better, especially from Noivern. If you bring something like a Choice Specs Noivern, I don't have much that can take it on as of right now, because Sylveon, which has good special bulk, it doesn't have much bulk investment this week. Slowking can potentially take it, but again, it's not the best answer to a lot of his stuff. With things like Rotom and Nidoking and Chesnaught flowing around. I wanted something that could take special hits a little bit better, and I've decided to go with BSC the Stoutland holding the Assault Vest, with Scrappy, max HP, 60 in attack, 4 in defense, 140 special defense, and 52 in speed with an Adamant nature, with Play Rough, Crunch, Ice Fang, and Return. Now this set is very, very specific, as you can tell. So, holding the Assault Vest so I can take special hits a little bit better. Like I said, he has a lot of special attackers, so hopefully I can take special hits a little bit better. Max HP and 140 in special defense means that guaranteed I am not 2-hit KO'd by a modest Choice Specs Hurricane from a Noivern. And that also means I can take 2 Draco Meteors because of the special attack drops. It will do over half, I think it does like 55%, but because of the special attack drops, I'll be able to I'll be able to live another one if I wanted to. And I can respond with an Ice Fang. So that bulk investment is nice. The 52 in speed allows me to outspeed an uninvested Rotom Heat, which is nice. And the 16 attack Adamant Nature was kind of the leftover. Gone, yeah, 60 in attack, and then it was 4 left over in defense. With an Adamant Nature means I'm going to be hitting a little bit harder than I would otherwise. And I have Play Rough to hit the Mega Sableye. I have Crunch to hit the Gothitelle and the Jirachi. And Ice Fang for Nidoking, Chesnaught, and Noivern, and Return to hit everything else. With Scrappy, he only has 1 normal resist on his squad, and that's Jirachi. Which is why I'm packing Crunch. Also, Crunch is going to be really nice for Gothitelle. If he's packing a Colbur Berry on it, I can hopefully pop that thing with Stoutland before I have to face it with Mega Absol. So then there's going to be no Colbur Berry shenanigans for him, which would be really nice. So Stoutland's there to try and take special hits quite nicely, because like I said, he has a lot of special attackers, and hopefully respond with some really nice hard-hitting moves. Not much else to say about that guy. I'm just hoping that it does some work. Again, lack of recovery is less than ideal, and I'm hoping that in an ideal world I would pack Wish on something, and you know, I'd pack Wish on Sylveon and try and pass into it, but I need all the other moves on Sylveon. I don't have room for Wish, and I wanted leftovers on it, but I couldn't. Even if I was max specially defensive, I can't take the same hits as I can without the Assault Vest, so I kind of need it. So it's not quite so ideal this week, but I'm still hoping it can do things and stuff. That'd be nice. Then we get to the last one on the team. Now the last one on the team is something that I have wanted to bring for a long time. And it's really dumb, really stupid, but I want to do it anyway. And honestly, from last week's performance, I just didn't care. I was like, let's just do it. So it is finally time, ladies and gents. It's finally time for Gloria the Hippowdon holding the Choice Scarf with Sandstream. Max attack, 4 in special attack, max speed with a Lonely Nature, Earthquake, Stone Edge, Superpower, and Hidden Power Flying. Yep, I'm just gonna let that sink in for a second. Just drink it in. Scarfed Hippowdon, Earthquake, Stone Edge, Superpower, HP Flying. So, Hippowdon has base 47 speed. I am well aware of this. I've gone max speed with a Lonely Nature. Lonely Nature increases attack and lowers defense. Like I said, he's got a lot of special attackers, so I opted to lower defense over special defense. So, with the Choice Scarf and max speed, it's a little bit iffy, because a Rotom Heat and the Nidoking that are max speed with a speed boosting nature will still outspeed Hippowdon. But I don't think he's bringing max speed Rotom or Nidoking. I feel like if anything he would speed creep Stoutland with those mons. If he chooses to speed creep Stoutland with Rotom or Nidoking, Scarfed Hippowdon outspeeds him. What I could have done is I could have gone with a plus speed nature on Hippowdon to try and guarantee that I outspeed those mons. But I would have lost a lot of power, and I didn't want to do that. So I've gone with a plus attack boosting nature. Earthquake, Stone Edge, and Superpower. It's pretty nice coverage for his team. Earthquake hits Nidoking, Jirachi, Tentacruel. Stone Edge hits Rotom Heat and Noivern. Superpower hits Ordino. Mega Sableye hit neutrally from Earthquake. Gothitelle hit neutrally from Earthquake, which is a nice powerful move. Then he has a Chesnaught, which can take any one of those hits, which is why I'm packing HP Flying. To a max HP Chesnaught, HP Flying has a chance to 2-hit KO it. And that's just glorious. So, the main thing with Hippowdon, it's not going to be OHKOing everything. On some things, it's not even going to 2-hit KO. But, when it comes to late game, when it comes to the surprise factor, Hippowdon's got it in the bag. I just want this Hippowdon to work so badly, because I've wanted to bring it for the longest time. So I just hope that Gloria can put in the work. Week 4 is going to be the week that Scarfed Hippowdon does something, ladies and gents. I hope. So, that's my team. We are bringing Slowking, Sylveon, Mega Absol, Weezing, Hippowdon, and Stoutland. And yes, I'm not bringing Sandrush on Stoutland, which I could do, but I felt like Scrappy would be nice to try and hit Mega Sableye if I wanted to, although I do have Play Rough on it anyway, so I might change that to Sandrush. Don't question me on that. I might change it. You guys will have probably seen on the graphics. I'm still trying to debate on this team, but that's not the point. Anyway, that's my team. What do you guys think about this? I don't feel super confident with this matchup, because he does still have a lot of threats. I feel like I just want to surprise him. That's basically what I'm hoping to do with this team, with a speedy McQuick Sylveon, with an Assault Vest Stoutland, with Calm Mind Slowking, with Scarfed Hippowdon. I'm hoping I can just throw him off his game, and I've brought the right sets enough to the point where they're weird and they're unexpected, but they still do work. So I'm hoping it's still going to be good. So that's going to be it for the team analysis for week 4. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you guys are ready for the match tomorrow, and I will see you guys then tomorrow for the match. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Toodaloo.